This episode, we're going to be taking a look at and doing a tasting and review of the brand new El Luchador from David Ravandi, right here on the Tequila Hombre, coming up next. Hello, welcome to this episode of the Tequila Hombre, where today we're going to be taking a look at and doing a tasting and review of a tequila you guys have probably already heard of before, but it's changed. It's completely new. So I know some of you have heard of El Luchador. It used to be at a 1480 out in the Valle. It was out of Amititan, and it was kosher, you know, or and organic and stuff. Hey, Shaman, yes, let the reviews begin. We're gonna do it. Hey, hola, John, everyone else, cheers and good evening to you too, my friend. Glad you could make it for the live review today. So, let's not waste any more time. Let's get into a little bit about this tequila and how it's made. Well, first of all, this particular project is a project that was in the making for the last 5 years. David Ravandi, before, as you know, does 123 organic tequila out of 1480 in the Valle. Sorry. And he had El Luchador out of 1480 as well. And it was just a high proof Blanco before. And it's named after a famous Mexican wrestler. And I love the Luchador mask on it. You know, it's I should have put a Luchador mask on today, but I'll spare you guys from that. So but it's been out for a long time, and so what he wanted to do is he actually, let me see if he gets this to focus. He wanted to do a Altos tequila, a tequila from the Highlands. So he said he's been working on this for 5 years. From what I understand, okay, this is my own personal story. So this is what I've kind of been deducing, is that he actually saw my review, and I know he did because I know he purchased the order for it. But he saw my review on the organic Galindo Blanco, and he ended up buying some bottles to try, I guess, and I guess he fell in love with it too. And so he went up to there, and he actually is using NOM 1517, which is Galindo, which is Tequila Galindo. They're located in Arandas. They make the Galindo Organic Blanco that I really like, as well as the Galindo V Extra Añejo that I really like. It's a really good distillery. I'm really impressed with them. And so he's using them to make this tequila. So they use 8-year-old agave, which is 8 years old is really mature. You normally don't find too much 8-year-old agave anymore. Typically, you'll see on a lot of tequilas that are coming out now, it's 5-6 year agave. So when you see 8 year, you know it's a little extra mature. It's going to be a little extra sweet, and it's going to be really good. So they use 8-year-old agave from the Los Altos. They use it from a single estate at 6,500 foot altitude level. So it's high up, which typically produces a sweeter agave, because the agave has to work harder to get the water and stuff, and it goes through colder elements and stuff, so it tends to be sweeter when it comes from the Altos. So they use a high proof autoclave to cook the agave. After it's done cooking, they use a roller mill to extract the sugars, and then after they extract the sugars, they then ferment it in stainless steel tanks. Once fermentation is complete, they then twice distill it using stainless steel stills, and then they have a 80 proof Blanco, which looks like this. And then they also have 110 proof, still proof Blanco, high proof Blanco. So they covered both angles. I love a good high proof Blanco, so I'm excited about trying that one. But I also love a really good 80 proof Blanco, so I'm excited to try that one too. This one just doesn't focus back up on me. I gotta figure that out. So if you're interested in picking it up after the review, it is the 110 proof is $59.99 on fermented still, and the regular Blanco is $42.99 unfermented still. All right, so there you go. That's we'll talk about the Reposado when I get to the tasting on the Repo. They do have a Repo. This one, like I said before, the El Luchador out of 1480 was only just a 110 high proof Blanco. That was it. So so let's get into the tasting. Let's see what it's all about. So let's start with the regular Blanco. I'm really excited for this. David told me about it a while ago. I couldn't say anything to anybody because he swore me to secrecy. So I'm so excited now to be able to tell you guys all about it. I was excited when he told me about it. All right, so taking a look at this in the glass. Let's take a look at this puppy, see what we got here. This is my first time tasting it, so I haven't tasted this before or seen it. It coats the glass beautifully. Look at that. Let's see when the legs and tears start forming here. It's just super thick. Oh, there we go. We're starting to see some legs here forming. Look at that. Oh, it looks delicious. Looks like it's going to have a nice oily viscosity to it. Nice silky smooth oily viscosity. Looking at the tequila itself, it is crystal clear. It looks beautiful. Little hints of silver shining off of it. Looks great. All right, so let's see what we get on the nose on this. Oh wow. Oh yeah, beautiful, beautiful sweet cinnamon, nutmegs and cloves coming through, baking spices. Definitely a hint of citrus in there, like orange. And I'm actually picking up a little vanilla on the nose as well. It comes across as slight vanilla, but it smells really, really good. It smells like really good cooked ripe agave. That smells amazing. It smells really good. All right, so let's see what we get on the flavor profile on this. Wow. Coats the mouth really nice. Has a nice viscosity to it. Beautiful cooked agave. I am getting citrus that comes through. Like orange citrus. But then on the end, I'm picking up a little chocolate. Just like the Galindo. I mean, it gives you like a little like milk chocolate-esque kind of a finish to it with the way the cooked agave and stuff finishes on the tongue. The finish on it is kind of medium on this, but it's really good. This is really enjoyable. Yeah, I could sit and enjoy this. Wow, yeah. I'm picking up a little bit of salinity that comes through on it too. So it has a salinity, a saltiness to it. So the finish is more like a salted caramel, salted chocolate kind of finish on it, which is really good. But this is good. I like it a lot. So as far as Blancos go, I give this one 4 agave. It's good. It's really good. It's really good. All right. That's really good. Those of you that like something too that's doesn't have a lot of heat to it, really easy to drink. This one's got it in spades. It's super, super easy to drink. So that's the 80 proof. So I'm interested to see what this is like with the 100 proof, the 110 proof. But that was really good. All right, so let's see. This is the 110 proof. I know I'm gonna drink lots of bottles of that Blanco. That's good. It reminds me of the Galinda Organic. It does. All right, so I still have. I need to take this. I still have like a salted. salted caramel-ish kind of finish on it. All right. So looking at this one in the glass. Look at that. Coats the glass nicely. Legs and tears coming down the glass. It looks beautiful. This one's also going to be nice viscosity to it, nice silkiness, oiliness to it on the mouthfeel. Looking at the tequila itself, it is crystal clear. It looks really good. All right, so on the nose. Oh, it's just like the regular other Blanco. Just really strong cooked agave with the cinnamon and baking spices. Definitely some citrus, little hints of vanilla. It smells wonderful, you guys. It smells, here, I'd say go ahead and smell it, but it smells really good. You can tell they use some really good water in this too, because you can pick up a minerality from it on the nose as well. It smells like if you've ever gotten some water from like a really good well and then you kind of smell it before you drink it. It's got that little bit of that smell to it as well. But definitely sweet cinnamon, baking spices, this nutmeg and cloves, a hint of citrus coming through on it, like orange blossoms, orange peel, orange, and then a little hint of vanilla in there as well. It smells really good. All right, so let's see what we get on the flavor profile. Wow. Really rich cooked agave. Definitely picking up citrus like orange from it. And then little hints of vanilla coming through on the finish. Yeah, and I'm picking up that salinity on the tail end of it with a little hint of chocolate on the finish. This is really good. And I can't tell this is 110 proof. It's very similar to the regular Blanco, just a lot more flavor, and I honestly can't tell, where some you can tell when you have a 110 proof. It's really kind of hot, more hot. This isn't. You can't even tell it's 110 proof. Definitely pick up that citrus on this more citrus on this. But you get that beautiful cooked cinnamon and baking spices in the beginning. Citrus comes through in the middle of it. And on the finish, I get a vanilla, and then I get a little salinity that comes through, which kind of gives it like a salted caramel-ish kind of flavor profile to it, which is really, really good. I like this a lot. I could drink a lot of this 110 proof Blanco. Really good. So how would I rate that? I'd give this one 4 agave too. It's really good. It's really good. So the regular Blanco, I do 4 agave. The 110 proof, I do 4 agave. Now let's talk about the Reposado. Now, with the 123 organic for the Blanco Repo, he did American white oak, and he used new barrels. He used new barrels across the whole line. Even the Diablito was French oak new barrels. Well, he went a different route this time, and I'm excited to try this because it sounds really super interesting. So this is aged for this is the Blanco, aged for 4 to 6 months in Puligny Montrachet. Puligny Montrachet white Burgundy barrels. So this comes from France, and I worked on trying to learn how to pronounce that stuff right, but it's like Puligny Montrachet, if I pronounced my French pronunciation right. But it is a white Burgundy barrel, so it's wine. It comes from the wine region in France. So they're French oak, French white oak barrels that were previously used to age Puligny Montrachet white Burgundy wines in. All right. I'm not good with French. My wife's always like, she speaks French, and I'm like, pommes frites, you know, which is French fries, or omelette du fromage, which is from an old Steve Martin, skit, where it means cheese omelet. Omelette du fromage. Oui, oui. All right, so let's see if this Reposado has me speaking French. We'll get a fresh glass for that. Fresh glass. All right, let's see what we get on this one. I'm excited about this one. It's a very good Blanco. If so, those of you guys that are like, I'm a Blanco guy, I don't like Repo. This is a really good Blanco. People are going to be talking about this. It's really good. It's really, really good. I'm glad he did this because it's really good. And I know I will be enjoying both these Blancos with cigars here in the near future. All right, so let's take a look at this Reposado in the glass. It's 4 to 6 months in Puligny Montrachet white Burgundy wine barrels. It coats the glass beautifully. Look at those legs just starting to break on it. So it's going to have a nice mouthfeel to it. Nice, rich, oily, viscous mouthfeel. And then looking at it in the glass, it's got a nice, it's amber. So we're going to call this one a light amber color. From 4 to 6 months in the French oak barrels. It looks really good. All right. So let's see what we get on the nose on this. Wow. So on the nose, I'm definitely getting a little cooked agave up front. So the cinnamon and baking spices. I'm definitely picking up some hints of vanilla and caramel coming through on it. But I'm picking up a little bit of like almost the malolactic nose on it. So like almost like a cheesy esque-ness to it. Interesting. It has a hint of cheese on it. An interesting fruitiness I'm getting from it as well. Kind of like apples. Kind of like, almost like sour apples. A little bit. On the nose. So it's interesting. It smells really good. There's some complexity to this. You're definitely picking up the vanilla and the caramel are coming through on it as well. But it has a little hint of that tart fruitiness, like green apples. And a little hint of cheese on it as well. It smells really good. All right, so let's see what we get on the flavor profile. Wow. Wow, that's different. So I get the beautiful cooked agave, the cinnamon and baking spice up front. Definitely pick up some of the white Burgundy. So you definitely pick up a little hint of grapiness, a little tart, like apples, like a green apple in there as well. I need to visit this again here. Hold on. Yeah, cinnamon, baking spices up front. Little grape coming in with a little tart apples, like the green apples. Some vanilla with hints of caramel coming through on the finish. And it's like caramel, almost like caramel apples a little bit. on the finish. If you ever taken caramel, dip it into apples, or dip in apples and caramel, I mean, it's kind of got that kind of finish to it. It's really good. It's really light. The agave is still the king here. Still lots of agave on it. But the barrel, the wine barrel, adds a little interesting complexity to it. Yeah, it's really good. You guys are gonna love this. This is really good. I need to visit a little more. Hold on. It definitely has a little grapiness to it, but that sour apple comes through, kind of like a tart apple. But it has a little malolactic, like cheesiness on the nose, but it doesn't come through at all on the flavor. Yeah, beautiful bacon spices. Grape. Green apple. Vanilla. Caramel. And a little hint of salinity on the end as well. That's really good. Really good. Really, really, really good. I give this one 5 agave. This has got to be one of my favorite repos, I think, right now. It's so different and so interesting. You know, normally repos, you know, they're like, you know, they could be really good, they could be really bad. Mostly, sometimes they're a lot of wood. This one really has a complex and interesting flavor profile to it. So I really like this one a lot. So this one's a 5 agave for the repo. The Añejo's coming out in August of this year is the last word that I got. And then they're actually going to do an extra Añejo for this line as well. And it'll be out, he said, in probably a year and a half or so. So we'll keep an eye out for those, and I'll let you guys know when they come out. Of course, I'll do a review of the Añejo when it's out and let you guys know. So so there you go, the Blanco and the both Blancos, the regular 80 proof and the 110, I give 4 agave to. The Repo, I give 5 agave to. Again, I'm fermented still. It's $42.99 for the regular Blanco, $49.99 for the for the 110, and it's what was it, 50? Sorry, $49.99 for the Repo. $42.99 for the Blanco, and $59.99 for the 110 proof. There you go. Okay, got all the pricing set. So there you go, you guys. Love it. I think you guys will like it. Give it a try. Let me know what you think. We'll go on and visit with our members now and answer some questions about it. So let's see what we got going on. Hey, Brooks. Welcome. How you doing? Bonnie, good to see you. Glad you could make it. Todd, glad you could make it. You're late. Is this that was the one, that was the 110 that I was reviewing when you asked this, Ryan. Okay, the Repo sounds solid. I like the white wine barrel aging. That is unique. Yeah, it's definitely unique, and it's white. It's white white Burgundy, which normally Burgundy is like a red wine, right? So it's a white Burgundy out of France. So he worked to get these barrels, and it's not like any other tequila that I've had that's been aged in a wine barrel. It's really different, and I think really really interesting on the flavor profile. Normally, you know, you get like Merlots, or you get like cabs or something like that, where they use like a red wine. So it's interesting that they use a white Burgundy, which Burgundy is normally red, but it has a very interesting and neat flavor profile to it. All those prices sound very reasonable for the quality. Yeah, it's very reasonable. It's very good pricing for this quality of a tequila. I think that that you guys are gonna love this. And I know when I talked to David about it, I said, hey, because you know, Galindo did do organic and stuff, and I'm like, are you going organic with this and stuff? Because no, I'm not going to go organic and stuff with it. I'm just going to do, regular stuff. He says that I don't really want it competing with the 123, which the 123 organic line is fantastic. I love the whole line. It's really good. And the Diablito is really good as well. So he's like, I didn't want it to compete with it on the organic side of things. So this one's not organic. But I actually think I like this one better. But if I had to choose, I think between the two of them, I probably would pick this because I tend to be more of a Altos, a Highlands agave person. I like more of the Altos tequilas than I do the Valle ones. But so I think I would probably pick this one. But 123 is a really good line. I really enjoy everything that they have out of there. I would have to avoid the gimmicky labels, but now I know it's good to go. So, gimmicky? You think that's a gimmicky label just because it has the luchador mask on it? I don't think that's gimmicky. Do you think that's gimmicky? Really? I don't think it's any more gimmicky than any other label. But David's a wrestling fan. He likes, the Mexican wrestlers and stuff, and so he named it Luchador. He talks about it. If you guys watch the Q&A with the Hombre when I had David on, he talks about it. But we'll have him on again to talk about this tequila. I'm sure he would love to come on. He's a good friend of mine, and I'm sure he would love to answer questions and talk to you guys more about his tequila. So any other questions? Any other things you guys want to know about about the new El Luchador? So make sure when you check if you buy the El Luchador, it's the new one, not the old stock, not the old 1480 one. So if you buy it from Ferment and Still, we have it as listed as the new one, so you'll get the right one. Yeah, exactly. Luchador is such a big part of Mexican culture. It is in many parts. I love it. I love luch. There you go. And I would have totally, if I should, next time I go to Mexico, I should grab a luchador mask and I'll use it when I do a luchador review. Because the masks are really cool. Luchadors are cool. I mean, how can you not like luchadors? You tend to buy things with very serious labels. Okay. I think look at the look on this guy's face, though. I mean, that's pretty serious, right? He don't look like he's messing around. Right? That looks like a serious look to me. I don't know about anybody else. I don't want to mess with the guy. So what other tequilas is David? Well, he's 123 organic and this. So he does the 123 organic line, which Diablito is a part of. It's the Uno Dos Tres and Diablito, and now this is the Luchador. This is his second line. So he's been doing. He's got two really good tequilas, which is more than I could say for a lot of people I know. So two questions: how does it compare to the old ones, and also how are they aging the añejo? The old one, I found the old one at a 1480 to be hot. It was hot for me. It was a little too hot. It burned a lot. This one definitely doesn't have that burn to it, and for me, I think it's got a lot more of the rich cooked agave flavors coming through on it. And then it's more on the fruity side for the Blancos with the citrus, where I found the Valle one to be more on the mineral side. So I like the Altos version a lot better than. I wasn't a huge fan of the 1480 version because I found it to be hot. It burned a lot going down. And then it was more minerally for me. Then this is more on the fruity side, so I like that better. So, and then they're aging the añejo in the wine barrels. It's just going longer. So he, when I asked him about it, I said, "So how long has it been?" He said, "So far it's been." Let me actually bring up the notes here. Hold on, because I have his notes. He messages me. Let me look at what he said last time. I can look him up live for you guys. Here you go. Let's see what. I'm sure he's probably watching right now. Let me see. What he said was. He said the añejo will be ready in he's hoping August, and then that would be, let me see, that'll be 14 months. 14 months in the French oak wine barrels. So he's going to check it again and see how he likes it before he releases. That's one thing he does that's a little different than other people that I've talked to before, where he's like, well, I'll try it 14 months and see if I like it. And if I don't like it, then we'll go longer. So in August, he's going to check it again and then and see if it is where he wants it to be. And if it's not, then it could end up being longer than that. And then he's going to do the extra añejo in a couple years after that. So couldn't remember. Name sounded familiar. 123 is what I thought. Yeah, he's the 123 organic. David Ravandi. That's him. I love the 123 line, and the Diablito is amazing, and I enjoy it heartily with a good Cuban cigar. So yes, it was an improvement. Yes, I think it was a big improvement over the last one that he did. It is definitely a big improvement. I found the regular El Luchador, from 1480 to be hot. It was hot for me. It used to burn. It would burn a lot. And I was like, oh, this is really harsh. Where this, it's not there. It's just super robust and the sweet, ripe, extra ripe agave flavors, citrus, and it finishes with that really cool, salty caramel, salty chocolate-esque kind of finish on it, which I like. I like the salinity mixed with the chocolate and stuff on the finish. It finishes really nicely, and it's got a nice fit. The finish sits on your tongue for a while, so literally you could be sitting and talking to a friend of yours and you still taste that salted caramel, vanilla-esque kind of finish on the Blanco, which I think is really good. So how many times do they taste the barrel when aging? Is it once a month? I don't think it's once a month. I think they normally will say, okay, hey, we're gonna try it now, and then we'll give it a few more months and try it again, type of thing, and test it until they get it to the point where they like it. Like for example, when I was with Carlos Camarena and he tested the 85th anniversary. He said it needed 9 more months, so he knew just from tasting it like how much time it needs more in the barrel. So he's like, we're gonna give it 9 more months, and so we'll pull it out, next year. So. David's the same kind of guy. He's really keen on the aging aspect of it. So he knows if he tastes something, he can go, all right, this will be ready in August. And then he'll try it again. And if he likes it, he'll be like, okay, this is ready now. If not, he'll be like, okay, this will be ready. And, it needs 2 more months. So he knows, he's very experienced on the aging part. So he knows how much time it needs and when it'll be perfect. And that should be completely evident, in the 123 line, because he nailed it for the Reposado and the Añejo, and then the Diablito, completely different kind of barrel on that, and that was like his own personal stuff that he released to the public, and ended up people going crazy about it, so he ended up doing it on a regular basis, but in a French oak limousine, so completely different than the American oak new barrels he did for the 1, the 2, and the 3. So he knows aging really well. and he knows what he needs to get in order to deliver the kind of tequila that he wants. So he's very, 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 very good at that part of it. What is that? I think I need to kill some existing bottles and then I'll grab yeah, definitely grab some. I recommend it. You're gonna see me drinking these with cigars and stuff on the live stream on Instagram. It is really good. So I'm gonna probably message David after this and say, dude, this is really good. I actually think this is better than the 1, 2, 3 line. I'm gonna go out on a limb so far and say, so far I like this Blanco better than the number 2 Blanco from the 1, 2, 3 line. Just because I tend to be more an Altos person, and the complexity and the different in flavor profile is really good. But they're both really good. I'm still gonna drink both of them. They're both very tasty. All right, so any more questions, any more comments? I will try to get David. I'm going to talk to David. I'll get him on. I know I'll get him on. We'll get him on as a guest, so you guys can ask questions and learn some more from him. He is a master tequilero. He knows a lot about growing agave and about making fine tequila and stuff. He is amazing as far as what he can do with tequila and stuff. So I would love to give you guys access to be able to ask questions, and we'll do another episode with him where we'll talk about the Luchador line, and you guys get a chance. All the members will get a chance to ask questions. So if you guys are interested in talking to David Ravandi, as well as some of the other people that I'm going to get lined up to come on as guests, make sure you join the channel. It's $10 a month. It's like 2 Starbucks coffees a month. You get extra access to me. You get behind the scenes information. You get access to stuff, special buys that we get coming in through Ferment and Still as a YouTube member, and it's a great community. Everyone there is really nice. They get along really well. We share a lot of information. And then if you want to join the Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective, you can go join our Discord. That's also a very good community. That's also $10 a month. It's separate from YouTube. But that group, very good. We have a bunch of different channels. We talk about a bunch of different topics. I'm sure people will be talking about this review tonight. We'll be commenting on it, and I'll be explaining things to people. That's also just $10 a month, and it's also like 2 Starbucks coffee, so it's nothing. So make sure you click the subscribe button. Make sure you click a like for the information I shared. And more importantly, make sure you keep coming back and watching the videos and learning about some of these new and exciting tequilas. What is it? It's a little cheaper than the 1, 2, 3 as well. That's interesting. I've been seeing the 55 for years and have always wanted to grab it. So definitely looking forward to it after sampling my Corey. Oh, the 55 for years. Oh, you've been seeing the El Luchador, the regular El Luchador. This is a different El Luchador than the other one. So you're going to be tasting the new one. This is different. The other one was a Valle. So this is different than that. We're glad you were able to finally sample the Corey, though. That's a good one as well. All right, you guys. That is it for tonight. El Luchador, it's a win. It's great. You guys got to pick some up and try it. You're going to love it. If you do buy it, comment on the video. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you taste the same thing I do. Let me know if you don't. If you taste something different. I'm always open to hearing what people think, what people's opinions are, and what their tasting notes are. We talk about this stuff all the time. So we all taste different things. We enjoy different things. I love this tequila, and I'm glad to tell you guys that I think you should buy it. So there you go. Any other questions, let me know. Comment below. Don't forget to give me a like for the information I shared. And more importantly, don't forget that life is too short to drink bad tequila. So if you grab the El Luchador, you'll be in good shape because this stuff is really good. Salud. See you guys Monday. Bye.